name is Janet and welcome to the 21-day series, The Healthy Benefits of a Daily Yoga Practice. And on each day I present a different health challenge that we face and how yoga helps. So today's challenge or class will be focused around scoliosis. So your spinal column, scoliosis is an irregular curvature to the spine. Your spine has natural curves, lordosis curves that curve in here at the neck and the lower back. And kyphosis curves out at the upper back and the sacrum. And that is the natural curve of the spine that helps give us kind of a flexibility that makes it easy to move around with little to no pain. But there are times that can happen in age as part of the aging process for men and women, or some young girls who have a lateral or a side curve change to the spine, and that's what scoliosis is. So studies have shown that doing side plank pose, I'll show you what that looks like, especially for younger people when this curvature is happening, so that posture can help in the early years by strengthening the muscles on either side of the spine and evening them out. So lateral or side body movements help really at any point in life, and as with anything about your body, I hope our practice together today feels good and helpful for scoliosis if that is something that's challenging to you today. So I'd like to get started in tabletop, but I want to take a real gentle approach to this and line the knees with a pad of some sort. For me, I'm going to use one of my yoga blankets. A towel would work. Almost any blanket, a thin pillow might work, because we're going to spend a little bit of time on our knees, and I want to make sure your knees feel good in this practice. So let's grab the blocks and set them aside for now. Keep them nearby if you happen to have blocks. They might be helpful in our practice together. And we'll take a blanket. I like my blanket doubled up a little bit here. We'll place it beneath the knees. Oh, this blanket got a little messy. Let me just kind of rearrange it here. So I want you to have some softening for your knees because we will be spending time on the knees today. So as we come to tabletop position, we align our wrists beneath our shoulders, our knees beneath our hips, the feet are separated a little bit. As you breathe in, let's warm up the spine by dropping the belly and lifting the gaze. So if you have scoliosis, this might be just a limited range of motion. If not, you might be able to really drop the belly looking up. As you breathe out, round your spine, pressing your back up toward the ceiling. Let's flow with the breath. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tail. Exhale, round the spine. This is cat pose. Looks like a scaredy cat on Halloween. Keep it going. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. Couple more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Breathe in, cow, and breathe out, cat. Good. Now come to a neutral tabletop position, and here's the type of movement that helps with scoliosis: side body or lateral movement. So start to draw your left hip toward your left shoulder, peeking over your left shoulder so you can see your hip. Feel the stretch in the right side of your neck. Good. Come back to center and then go right to right, right hip toward the right shoulder. Can you feel the difference? If you have scoliosis, one side will be more flexible, the other one will have a lot more tightness in the muscles that hold the spine in place. So play around with it, breathe into center, breathe out, left to left, lateral movement, inhale center, exhale right to right, two more times. Inhale center, exhale left to left, inhale center, exhale right to right. One more time. Breathe in center, breathe out left hip, left shoulder, inhale center, exhale right hip toward the right shoulder, and then come back to center. So here's a movement that really helps. It's more of a lateral movement. We're going to take our right foot, kick it out to the right with the toes curled under, and send your left foot to the back of the mat. Lean into the right palm, reach your left hand high. So this is a variation, we might say, of side plank, and we can stay just like that, or you can lift up the left leg, and you can feel the muscles in your back working, the muscles in the leg working. Maybe even look up at the left hand. Good. Nice. Okay, let's come back down to tabletop. Try that on the second side. So from tabletop, your left foot turns out. Curling the toes under as you kick the foot out gives you something to lean into. Start to send the right leg behind you. Lean into the left toes. Reach your left hand high. Stay there if that works for you. Lifting your ribs toward the ceiling, or lift the right leg up. That makes it a little bit stronger. Maybe turn your gaze up to the right hand for another challenge. Hold there. One more breath. Good, and then come back down to tabletop position. Good. Let's find the down dog stretch by curling the toes under. Push your hips up and back. If this is too intense for you, come back down to tabletop. Just stretching it out, pedaling out your legs, pressing your heels toward the mat, building some upper arm strength here. The arms are getting stronger. Push your tail high, press your heart toward your thighs. Good. One more big breath in here, and as you exhale, come back down to tabletop. So we're gonna move our body laterally by walking our hands toward the left side of the mat, even off the mat, and stretching the right side. Good, even looking over your left shoulder, side body movement, side body stretching. Should relieve any discomfort in the back. If it doesn't, then back off. Come back to center, let's try the other side. Walk your hands over to the right side off the mat and peek over your right shoulder. There you go, feel the stretch on the left side of your body. Nice. Then let's come back to center. We're gonna take our left foot, just the left foot to the back of the mat, pushing the heel back. And then pick up your left foot, crush your left foot over your right. There you go, so you're feeling that lateral movement, and look over your right shoulder, feel the stretch through the left side of your body. If you can see your foot and you wanna add some movement, rock forward and back on the left foot. Nice. And then bring your gaze back to center, bring your left knee back to the mat. Let's try that on the other side. Take your right foot to the back of the mat, heel presses back. Nice little stretch if you wanna add a little movement. Feel good. Lean forward, lift up the right foot, cross the right foot over the left foot, and peek over your left shoulder. See if you can see your right foot. Stay like you are, really stretching through the right side of the body, or move forward and back a little bit. Nice. And then pick up the right foot, and bring the right knee back down to the mat. Okay, we're gonna take that a little bit stronger. Take your left foot back, and now sweep it over to the left side of the mat. Come to standing on your right knee. I'm gonna turn this way so you can see what this looks like. And we're gonna take that side body stretch, left hand down, right hand high, and stretch over to the left. Good, feel that side body stretch. You wanna watch for any rounding in the shoulders. Pull your right shoulder back, try to square your shoulders along the same plane as the hips, tilting over, maybe even look up underneath your right arm. Can you feel the stretch through the right side body? Good, and then bring your right hand down, and take your left hand high, turn your left palm in and stretch your left hand over your head. Big extension through the left side body. Excellent. One more breath here. Breathe in, breathe out slowly. Let's bring it back down to tabletop. So I'm gonna turn back to the way I was before. We're gonna bend the left knee and walk the left foot to the upper left corner of the mat. Now here's where blocks might be handy. If it's hard for you to get your foot forward and have your hands down, you could put blocks beneath your palms. Good. If you like that stretch, but you want to go a little bit further, leaning into it, sometimes you can lower to the forearms. Maybe no blocks, it's up to you. We're stretching through the front of the right hip, and then we're feeling a little stretch right through here in the left lower back. So just pause, enjoy that stretch. So if someone has scoliosis of the spine, fairly common, older men and women both get it. Young girls often get it. We're usually tested for it. And around our puberty age, around 12, 13 years of age, they usually check for that and do some things if they find it, like put you in a brace, etc. But now there are some yoga practices that might help to relieve that. But if it's happening and it hasn't been remedied, it causes a lot of back pain. So that's where this stretch really helps to relieve back pain. All right, let's come back up onto the palms and come back to tabletop. I'm gonna set my blocks aside. So we can do that sequence on the second side. We'll take the right foot to the back of the mat, maybe stretch a little bit, and then slide the right foot over to the right side of your mat. I'm gonna turn once again so you can see what it looks like. And come to standing on your left knee. Notice my left knee and my left hip are all in the same line. My right foot is slightly turned in so I can lean into it and feel stable. Right hand comes to the right thigh, left hand reaches up, and then you take a little side body stretch over extension now through the left side of your body. You might even take your gaze up and underneath the left arm. Make sure you're not rounding forward with the left shoulder. Pull it back, look up, stretch over. Beautiful. One more big breath in. Stay for the exhale. And with your next inhale, rise up. Breathe out to place your left palm down outside of the left knee. Reach your right hand high, turn it inward, and extend over. Now we're really stretching through the side of our body. Looks like side angle like we did just a little bit ago. Yep, on a knee. Good. One more breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And bring it back down. Hands to tabletop. I'm going to kind of swivel around so that it looks like what we're doing here together is the same. My right foot will come to the upper right corner of the mat, so just toe heel it up. And remember, what did you do on the first side? If you added blocks beneath your palms and you have them, go ahead and put the blocks there and lean forward. That might be enough stretch. Notice how it feels compared to the first side. Usually one side is going to be tighter than the other, whether you have scoliosis or not. It's true, but if you have scoliosis, it'll be more profound, the difference between the two. As best you can, try to match both sides, coming on down to the forearms. Maybe your head hangs heavy. We're just opening up the right hip a little bit, and you can feel the front of the left hip really stretching. Let your head hang heavy. Good. Take another breath here, slow and deep. And then start to come back up onto your palms. Let's set the blocks aside. You may use them in the next little segment, I'm not sure, but we'll come back to tabletop. Curly toes under and push up and back to downward facing dog. So from downward facing dog, second one, let's really kind of stretch into it. Maybe pedaling out the legs works for you. Press your heart back towards your thighs, send your tail up nice and high. Be mindful. Let's move that blanket out of the way, actually. Maybe coming to your knees and getting it out of the way. So we're going to walk to the top of the mat. I want to make sure you get there nice and safe. From there, let's bring the feet together and round all the way up to standing. Once upright, circle your arms overhead. Let's take the left hand, grab the right wrist, and take a little stretch over to the left. Side body stretching, nice and easy. Good. Come back up to center, switch your grip, grab a hold of the left wrist and tilt over to the right, stretching through the side, the left side body. Nice. Come back up with both arms high overhead, relax your shoulders down, breathe in, and as you breathe out, hinge forward all the way back down. So forward flexion, forward folding could be really uncomfortable for your back. Some things to do, separate your feet, bend your knees, maybe put blocks beneath your hands, do what feels best for you. We're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat, pressing the left heel down, rise up to warrior two. So in warrior two, your hips and shoulders are turned to the side of your mat. Your right knee, front knee lines over your right ankle. Your back foot is either parallel to the back of the mat or slightly turned inward. And this is the stance we want to create. Be mindful that the knee doesn't move beyond the ankle. If that's happening, just walk the right foot forward a little bit. We're going to lean forward and tilt into a side movement, lateral stretch, extended side angle. For our practice here, take your left hand, reach it over your head, really extend through the left side of your body. Leaning your right elbow on your right thigh is a really nice way to manage this posture. It can be very challenging, so that's a good way to do it. Maybe even looking up under your left arm if you feel stable doing so. And then let's rise back up to warrior two and breathe into reverse your warrior. Left hand down, right hand high. Check the front knee at once to unlunge. Bring the bend back into your knee as you gaze up to your right hand. Keep breathing, stretching through the right side of your body. One more big breath in, and as you exhale, circle your hands back down to the mat and step back to downward facing dog as best you can. Enjoy the stretch, nice down dog stretch, hips are high, heart presses back towards your thighs. Your body looks like an inverted letter V shape. From downward facing dog, look forward and carefully walk to forward fold. Bend in the knees will get you there nice and easy. And then your feet can be together or separated. Round all the way up to standing. Circle your arms high overhead. Let's take a side body stretch. Take the left hand, grab the right wrist, breathe in, and as you exhale, tilt over to the left. Breathe in and go a little bit further as you breathe out. Inhale brings you up to center, change your grip. Right hand grabs the left wrist, and as you exhale, tilt over to the right. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. One more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, rise to center. And exhale, fold forward. So let's just explore this forward fold flexion, this stretching, maybe moving your legs around a little bit. We're going to take the right foot and step it to the back of the mat and breathe in to rise up to warrior two. So here, let's line up the left knee over the left ankle. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Back leg is straight. Front knee is bent and the arms stretch out at shoulder height. Relax your shoulders down. Look over your left fingertips. Breathe in. And as you exhale, come to extended side angle. This is the side body stretch that really helps align the spine. The upper right hand for today's practice turns inward toward your face and over toward the top of your head. Nice stretch through the upper right side of your body. Be watchful that the lower side isn't collapsing, so you lift a little bit in the left rib cage and stretch over. Keep breathing. And with your next breath in, rise all the way up. And let's take it up and back. Keep breathing to reverse warrior. Back hand down your back thigh, left arm reaches high. Lunge deep into the left knee and look up at your left hand. Keep breathing. Can you feel the stretch through the left side of your body? Pull your right shoulder back just a little bit. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down. Step back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, let's come back down to the hands and knees and have a seat on your mat. This is called hero pose with your knees and thighs together touching. If that's not working, it's okay. You can sit on a block, sometimes that's helpful, or just kneel on your knees and take a moment in hero pose to pause and appreciate yourself for showing up on your yoga mat today. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any issues in your spine, tenderness in your back, this practice might help to alleviate that. So thank you so much for joining me. Today was day 16 in the 21-day series of healthy benefits, the healthy benefits of a daily yoga practice. Here's to your good health. Namaste. And thank you so much for sharing this practice, for subscribing to Free Yoga Club. Please share with friends and family. I hope everyone feels good.